Remember that dizzying rush when you first blended into a seemingly impossible background in Meccha Chameleon? That fleeting moment of triumph before you inevitably gave yourself away with a poorly timed flicker? It's a game that, on the surface, seems so delightfully straightforward. A chameleon, a mech, and the simple goal of not being seen. But what if I told you that beneath those vibrant, playful pixels and out loud gameplay lies a whispered history, a secret lore, and perhaps, even a few untold developer mysteries, just waiting to be uncovered? Join me, friends, as we peel back the layers of camouflage and dive deep into the hidden world of Meccha Chameleon. Our journey begins not with the game itself, but with a whisper of an idea. Imagine a small, passionate team, huddled around a whiteboard, sketching out concepts. The initial spark wasn't about a chameleon at all, but about the fundamental human desire to disappear, to observe unseen. Legend has it, the very first prototype involved a ninja in a bustling market, but the mechanics felt clunky. It lacked that organic, almost magical quality. It wasn't until a chance observation, a chameleon effortlessly melting into a leaf, that the true vision for Meccha Chameleon began to take shape. It was a eureka moment, a sudden clarity that changed everything. But why a mech? This is where the lore truly begins to intertwine with the game's unique identity. The early designs considered a purely biological chameleon, but the team quickly realized the limitations. How do you explain a chameleon traversing industrial landscapes, or interacting with complex machinery? The answer, as brilliant as it was unexpected, came from a developer's lunch break, staring at a discarded toy robot. What if these chameleons weren't just animals, but highly advanced, bio-engineered entities? What if they were the ultimate stealth machines, designed for an unknown purpose? This notion of bio-engineered chameleons opens up a fascinating rabbit hole. Were they created by humans for espionage? Or perhaps by an alien race observing us? The game never explicitly states it, but if you look closely at some of the background elements, the subtle hieroglyphs on certain walls, the unusual power sources humming in the distance, you start to see hints of a larger narrative. These aren't just random decorations, they're breadcrumbs, deliberately placed by the developers to spark our imagination, to make us question the very fabric of this colorful world. Consider the glint mechanic, that tiny, telltale shimmer that gives you away. It's more than just a gameplay balancer, it's a lore device. In the game's earliest internal build, there was no glint. Players were practically invisible, making the game frustratingly difficult for hunters. The glint was introduced as a practical solution, yes, but the developers wove it into the narrative. What if the glint isn't a flaw, but a deliberate failsafe? A subtle energy bleed from the chameleon's advanced camouflage tech, a necessary trade-off for its incredible power? This idea of a failsafe suggests an architect, a creator. Who designed these Meccha Chameleons and why? Some theories point to a forgotten corporation, a shadowy entity that once dominated the world of advanced robotics and biological integration. Think of the abandoned labs you sometimes glimpse in the background, the rusted machinery. These aren't just set pieces, they're echoes of a past where these incredible machines were forged. They hint at a grander purpose, perhaps even a failed experiment that led to their current, playful existence. Now, let's talk about the hunter characters. They aren't just generic antagonists. Each one, from the bumbling researcher to the laser-focused guardian, has subtle design cues that hint at their role in this larger narrative. The researcher, with their outdated tech and frantic movements, seems almost desperate, perhaps trying to recapture or understand the rogue chameleons. The guardian, with their sleek, advanced gear, might be a corporate enforcer, tasked with maintaining control over a world now populated by these elusive, bio-mechanical creatures. And what about the environments themselves? They often feel like test chambers, or abandoned facilities repurposed for a strange game of hide and seek. The vibrant colors, while visually appealing, could also serve a narrative purpose. Perhaps they are designed to push the chameleon's camouflage abilities to their absolute limit, making every match a rigorous test of their stealth. The constant shifting of patterns, the unexpected obstacles, it's as if an unseen hand is orchestrating this elaborate, never-ending trial. One fascinating developer's secret revolves around the elusive, golden chameleon. It's not just a rare skin, it was initially conceived as a legendary prototype, an ultimate stealth unit with near-perfect camouflage. The developers, however, found it made the game unbalanced. Instead of removing it entirely, they contextualized it as a rare, almost mythical entity within the game's world, a nod to its overpowered origins. Finding one isn't just luck, it's stumbling upon a piece of forgotten history. Then there's the Whispering Walls Easter egg. Have you ever lingered in a quiet corner of a map, listening closely? Some players claim to have heard faint, almost subliminal whispers, distorted voices, mechanical hums, or even what sounds like a distress signal. While often dismissed as audio glitches, a few dedicated fans believe these are fragments of old recordings, data logs from the corporation that created the chameleons, slowly decaying and playing back in an endless loop. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? The very act of blending itself is a unique mechanic. It's not just about matching colors, it's about capturing the essence of the surrounding environment. This points to an incredibly sophisticated AI, perhaps even a form of self-awareness. Are these chameleons truly just machines following programming, or have they evolved beyond their initial design? Could their playful nature in-game be a mask, a way to evade capture and prolong their mysterious existence? Think about the ending of a match, especially when you, as the chameleon, successfully evade capture. There's no grand fanfare, no definitive victory screen, just a quiet fade to black. This lack of clear resolution could be another subtle lore point. It implies that the game is just one iteration of an ongoing cycle. The chameleons are never truly free, nor are the hunters ever truly victorious. The game simply pauses, only to resume again, perpetuating the mystery. And what of the community's own theories? From elaborate fan fiction detailing a post-apocalyptic world where chameleons are the last bastions of stealth, to intricate timelines tracing the rise and fall of their creators, the players themselves are adding layers to this narrative. The developers, in their genius, created a world that sparks curiosity, leaving just enough unsaid for us to fill in the blanks, to craft our own legends around these adorable, yet enigmatic, stealth machines. The true beauty of Meccha Chameleon isn't just in its satisfying gameplay, but in its ability to hint at a much larger, more mysterious universe. It's a game that respects its players' intelligence, inviting us to look beyond the surface, to question, and to imagine. The fun isn't just in winning, but in the lingering questions that each match leaves behind. Where did these chameleons come from? What is their true purpose? And what other secrets are still hidden, perfectly camouflaged, in plain sight? So, the next time you boot up Meccha Chameleon, take a moment to truly look at your surroundings. Listen to the subtle hums and whispers. Ponder the design choices, the mechanics, and the quiet fade to black. You might just find yourself uncovering a piece of its secret history, a forgotten lore, or perhaps even a developer's clever wink that you never noticed before. The game isn't just a game, it's a living, breathing puzzle, waiting for you to solve it. What are your favorite theories about Meccha Chameleon's lore? Have you spotted any hidden details I missed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this dive into the deeper mysteries of our favorite camouflage game, please consider subscribing. It helps this channel continue to uncover the untold stories lurking in the shadows of the gaming world. Until next time, keep your eyes peeled, and stay stealthy.